Steve, I gotta be blunt with you, buddy. Do you even know what you're gonna say in this video? Yes, obviously, I make a video after every Leafs game. This is after a Leafs game. I've been doing this for 10 years. I know what I'm gonna say. Are you sure? Because I know you were at the Louis C.K. show last night. Yeah? You know the Leafs lost, right? Oh, what? I mean, I knew that. So you knew that and you had everything you were gonna say planned out? Yes, obviously, I had everything planned out for sure. That was a list of Meek Mill jokes, wasn't it? Back to Back was nominated for a Grammy. Hi, everyone. Austin Matthews! Well, time for a rebuild. This team is ruining my life! It was a diss track! How does a diss track get nominated for... You're right. Leafs lose 2-1 heading into the All-Star break. Boo! Not the greatest way to head into the All-Star break, or is it? We'll talk about that after. First, the game. Who is a Leaf killer? Who is a Leaf murderer? Like in 3 games against the Sens this season, holy smokes, can Kyle Turris calm down? When the Leafs and Flyers were like sort of rivals and played each other in the playoffs a bunch of times over 10 years ago, I hated Keith Primo. I hated him with a fiery passion. And, to a lesser extent, Alexei Zhamnov. They would always light the Leafs up, and when the rules were a little bit more relaxed, Primo would get the smallest push in front, fall on top of Ed Belfour, and turn into Penny Oleksiak. Just backstroke all day. That and the Flyers would win. That made me hate them a little more. Wayne Simmons, every time they play the Leafs, kills them. Well, how did he do it this time? Was it with a big hit? Was it with him basically punking Dion Phaneuf every single whistle? Well, Phaneuf's not a Leaf anymore, so we don't have to worry about that. No. This time it's the Wayne train steaming in on a breakaway. He's gonna shoot. Nope. Drags it, and he puts Curtis McElhinney on the highlight reels for the next week. But if anyone looked worse on that goal, I'd say it was probably Matt Hunwick. The benefit of jump cuts is I was about to say, oh, when Wayne Simmons becomes a free agent, he is gonna get paid. And just checked, he's obviously signed this year, and the year after, and the year after! If you listened to the last podcast, you know I was raving about Nazem Kadri's contract and how it's great, and it is. Wayne Simmons this year, the year after, and the year after that makes $3.975. That guy makes under $4 mil? That was his 21st goal of the season. He broke 30 last year. He's gonna break 30 again this year in his sleep. He scored 28 goals or more 5 times, including each of the last 4 seasons, if you include this one, which you should. And that guy makes under $4 million. Flyers fans, you better appreciate the Wayne train. And he's from here, so you're welcome. So, the Leafs down in the first, they're not used to that, and they gotta be the team that comes back, which they're also not used to. How do we make a team cough up a lead? Well, let's just watch a video of all the times they made us do it. And the Leafs score all these fancy dangling goals, these passing plays, these plays off the rush, but sometimes you just need good hard work. The line of Leo Komarov, Nazem Kadri, and William Nylander causing havoc in front, and Willie bangs it in past Michael Neuwirth. I've never actually understood how to say it, and it's tied 1-1. Big Willie style in Philadelphia. How appropriate. Now we fast forward to the third period with just under 3 minutes to go. Hey, this is probably going to overtime or shootout, right? This is where you gotta give the Flyers a lot of credit, because you know what? They don't want to beat the Leafs in overtime or shootout. They want to beat them now. Because these are not last year's Leafs. These are this season's Leafs. And you are competing with them for a playoff spot. And there was a time this season where 5 monsters from the Metro were locked in basically the same position, and you were all going to make the playoffs. That's kind of done. At least for Philly it is, and that's all that matters to them. Sure enough, the Leafs' 4th line is on the ice, Hunlack is on the ice, and it is an absolute fire drill. And watch this goal if you have the strength, if you can stomach it. You know what? If a team stretches the Leafs thin, okay, if they find a way to outnumber them or something, I can forgive that kind of goal, I suppose. This was like 3 Flyers in close versus 5 Leafs all looking for the same contact lens on the ice. They're flopping all over the place, and then Curtis McElhinney, he does put himself at a position, and the Flyers are able to take advantage. A really nice shot from Lubomir Visnovsky is on the Flyers now, and he scored to make it 2-1. Leafs pressing hardcore, banging the puck in, trying to get it past Neuwirth, doesn't matter what his name is, he's a brick wall, and the Leafs lose 2-1 in regulation. And the Flyers leapfrog them. The Leafs are currently outside of the playoffs looking in. And to that, I say, good. You know what? Austin Matthews is going to the All-Star game. That's kind of fun, isn't it? But other than that, you lost your last game heading into the All-Star break, and you're not even in a playoff spot. Ignore the games in hand thing, I know. But Mike Babcock wanted, okay, everyone chill. He wanted the hype train to chill with the Leafs because everyone's talking about how good they are. But you know, we're still learning how to be good players and good professionals, and we're trying to raise these young men. You know what's a great way to slow down the hype train? Lose a pretty important game and then have a bunch of days off. I hope some of the Leafs are heading into the All-Star break pissed. I hope they train harder or rest harder, or I don't know what they need to do, but whatever they need to do, I hope this gives them the motivation to do it. Rest harder. I just accidentally came up with a great term. I'm going to use that whenever I want to do nothing. Even though the Leafs have a reason to be pissed off heading into the break, you know what? It's not all doom and gloom. What did I say last video? I said, oh, it's going to be the Leafs and Flyers, and they're both going to be tired. You got McElhinney in net. I didn't know who the Flyers were going to have in net, but I said, take the over. Lo and behold, it was a 2-1 game decided in the final minutes, which means McElhinney had a good game, and the Flyers outshot the Leafs too. Now, this is the hope with McElhinney. He's never going to be nominated for the Vezina, okay? He's probably not ever going to contend. But they don't have him for that reason. All the Leafs need is for McElhinney to give them a chance to win the game. That's exactly what he did in this one. He was out of position on the game-winning goal. Yeah, so were 5 other Leafs. And I think that might have also been a byproduct of Babcock going, all right, let's throw out Freddie Gauthier, let's throw out Nikita Soshnikov and see if they can close this thing out. And they, along with the other guys on the ice, who were veterans, by the way, Matt Martin, Roman Polak, and Matt Hunwick, they failed that test. And it wasn't the first test they failed, and it won't be the last. And that's the point. And that's the difficult thing with this year's team. They are so close to the playoffs, they can smell it! But you're still developing a team. So, I'm playing catch-up. If you watch the game live, you tell me what I missed, okay? Help me out. That's the question of the game. Who looked good? Who looked bad? And what are you looking forward to in the All-Star weekend? That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Recording a very rare Friday Panago Pizza Steve Dangle podcast. Got that trade tree that I told you about. That's still up on sportsnet.ca. That's weird. They don't delete those things after you write them. That's how the internet works. And, oh my goodness, I'll see you Tuesday. No, I won't. I'll see you Wednesday because the game is on Tuesday and you know how the videos work.